So I'll do the first few of these, and then I'll throw it over to you, and I'll give you guys a couple minutes then to do each one, and then we'll go over it and back and forth until we're not afraid of word problems anymore or hoodies. Hey, else. So, quick story. In sixth period, I've had this like big issue lately where kids just kind of come and go as they please, especially towards the bell at the beginning. So, what I started doing, and it's helped fix the problem, is that if somebody walks in after the bell, but without my one pass that I put up on the board, I make them get a stamp. And little by little, yeah, and like little by, no, that's okay, but just take this as a warning. So like, I don't care if you were here before or not before or anything like that. If you're gonna leave the room and get back after the bell rings, take the pass. Or just tell me that you know Emma. If you walk in and say that you know Emma, then that's fine too. All right. Sorry. Let's go in order. So Nick opens a savings account with $50. Each week after he deposits $15, and how many weeks will he have saved $500? I don't like words. No me gusta. All right, so there's a couple of effective strategies that we can use for word problems. Two of my favorite are sometimes drawing a picture if it's something that's overly descriptive. That helps more maybe in geometry, but if something that's really descriptive, you can try drawing a picture. Another very common strategy that you're taught to use is to identify what's being asked. In the English language, what symbol denotes that a question is being asked? In the English language, what denotes that a question is being asked? A question mark, sure. Now, sometimes they get creative and they give you a prompt. Instead of asking you to do something, they tell you to do something, and that acts the same way that a question would. But yeah, you need to identify what you're being told to do. So in this case, we want to know in how many weeks will we have saved $500. So the question is how many weeks. Presently, that is unknown, but we want to make it known. In algebra, what do we refer to as an unknown? A variable. So that's the first association we're going to make, is whatever is being asked, that represents the variable. So on these word problems, what you're told to do first is to define a variable. Say this variable, like what does it mean? You don't have to use the same first letter, but that's also very common so that you don't forget. So let's start off by saying that W is going to equal number of weeks. Use an X if you want. If your letter starts with an E and you love that letter, you can use an E or a Y or a P or an M or whatever you want. I'll just use W for number of weeks. Now we need to, in order to be able to make that known, I have to come up with a statement of equality. Okay, I'm going to have to use an equal sign. Let's look for some keywords. See if we can find any keywords. Each, even though I thought I had it on that word, but each isn't. You could say, manage deposits. Yeah, there's not too many keywords here. Each is one, but huh? Yeah, I guess we have a. Go ahead. Well, let's see. Yeah, I was looking for a word that gave you equals. If you see on the paper I gave you, like the word is. I know because I did this last period. Companies say exactly. When something is exactly something else, that means equals. But I don't really see a word that means equals here. All right. What do we want to know? Well, we want to know how long will it take for him to save $500. So we'll take an educated guess and assume that for now that we need something on the left side to equal $500. Well, at the very beginning, before any weeks had passed by, how much did he have in his savings account? $50. That's what he started with. So he started off with 50. Eventually, he wants to get to 500. And then here's that key word there. Each week He deposits 15. How do you think I would describe that? 15 times. That's so you might want to add that to that paper there. Put 15. Put each as a multiplication word. But it's also the English language is tricky because that word each, depending on how it's used, could even mean division sometimes. Somebody last period told me I should put a minus. Well, no, because we're adding to the account. When the word deposit, in this case, Hope had said that deposits could be a keyword. I guess it could. In this case, it would mean that we're adding. When you go into a bank and take money out, they don't call it a deposit. What do they call it? A withdrawal. Very good. All right, then that's it. This is the extra phase from last week to this week, or to today's lesson. Because now once I get this far, now let's solve. What would I do first to solve? Very good. Cancel it out. So 15 times the number of weeks is equal to 150. After he made that initial deposit, he had he would deposit $15 each week until he got to 450. So we want to know how many weeks it's going to take. Now I stopped short of just short of promising you that every assessment I give you would be multiple choice. I told you I'm going to make an effort to. I don't plan on not doing it, but I can't control. Like sometimes there's factors involved that would keep me from doing that. It depends on what types of problems I have at my disposal. But assuming let's assume that I am able to follow through on that and make everything multiple choice, you don't really have to worry about this phase. But for instance, like last semester, when you were regular Algebra 1 and common planning, and all the teachers had to give the same assessments, most of them were free response. And on each of those, we would get a key and have to it's not, problems are not just right or wrong. There's like different degrees of partial credit for this and partial credit for that. And I remember when we had a quiz on systems, which we'll get to eventually, that had word problems on it. Part of the credit revolved around you being able to contextualize the answer. So yeah, W equals 30, that's fine, but since this is a word problem, what does that mean? Being able to take some meaning out of this. So 30 weeks, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead on these and just at the end write it anyways. But the point I'm making, if I'm giving you something that's multiple choice, well then that's probably going to be there for you already as one of the choices. Your phone won't be there because it'll be inside my drawer. But, hey Soha, you look nice. You changed your hair. Cool. Okay. Let's start trying to utilize some of these strategies. Look at the end. Let's skip to the question. How many miles can he drive? So what am I looking for? Number of miles. So let's do the number of miles. But now let's go reading through the sentences beforehand to see how I can structure my statement of equality. Hey, look. What do you think that word means? Equals, yeah. So something is exactly as equals. So something here is going to equal 30. What's going to equal 30? Well, 30 is how much he's spending in one day. But then here they break down the charges to be 18 plus, there's a keyword, and there's per, that's another keyword. On the paper I gave you, it has per as division because by definition, like per, if I say miles per hour, that means like miles divided by hours. Per means division, but it can be used, as it is here, as multiplication. We've already defined m as the number of miles, so 12 cents per mile means 12 cents times miles. But is that the only cost? What else is is he spending? $18 is an $18 flat fee, I guess, just for the privilege of being able to rent a car. Effective daily fee. Ta-da! The equation has been written. Now you must be solved. Hey, what? The only thing that you can do differently and still get it correct is if you put these two, if you put the 18 first and then plus the 0.12m, that's fine. Anything else is wrong. Okay, let's go have a solving party and invite all of our solving friends. What comes next? Minus 18. Or if you know Emma, they'll just subtract 18 for you, so that's fine. Isaac. How dare you, sir? How dare you? So 0.12m is equal to 12 divided by 0.12. There's decimals involved, but we don't hear them because we have calculators. Teddy drive. 100. 100. So you have all the colors there? He's got red, yellow, and blue. Those are the primary colors. Then green and orange. Where's purple? There's no purple. Nice. Katie wants to buy. This will be the last one that I'll do for you, and then we'll just go one by one, and I'll give you guys time to do it on your own, and you can show off. Katie wants to buy a bicycle that costs $129. Oh, let's skip. How much did she save last month? So let's just use a boring old X here. So that's X be the money that she saved last month, and 129 is, that is one of the key words there. What does that is mean? Equals. So you can either put 129 equals, or I'll just write it equals 129. 24 more than, I don't know if I put more than as a subtraction word or not. In this case, it means addition, but you're going to see the first step we do is subtract. Huh? And then here's another key word. Obvious. What does 3 times mean? Yeah. So 3 times what she saved last month, we define that as x. So 3x, and then 24 more than that is 129. Minus 24, minus 24. 3x is equal to 105. Last step is to divide by 3. X equals 35. Well, let's put this into context. What does that mean, Elsie? What you thinking about? Join the club. I'll be the president of the Tired Club. You can be the recording secretary. Hope is the treasurer. Isaac is the vice president, because no one else does tired like Isaac does. What does that 35 mean, Mama? Yeah, money. So if you were to write this out, she saved $35 last month. Alright, so let's see if you can take what you've learned and apply it on your own. This is going to be nearly identical to the one we did 2 problems ago. Tell me how many miles can Ben drive?
You okay?
You got it? What'd you get, Emma? No, we like Emma better. Emma goes first. What'd you get, Emma? Take that, Hope Cope. She got it. She would not walk 500 miles, she would drive 500 miles. Yeah, that's over a tank, most cars. About close to a tank and a half. Alright, so let's let let's M is gonna be number of miles again. We're gonna drive. And they want to spend exactly $80. So equals 80. It's only for one day. The charge is 20 plus. So 20 plus, there's the keyword. And then 12 cents per mile. That's what you should have written. Minus 20, minus 20. 12 cents per mile. It's going to get you to $60. Divided by 12 cents. Calculated to the rescue. And this 500. Taiwan, are you going to drive a Honda?
No.
Are you going to race a Honda?
No. I don't like Honda.
You just like Honda jackets? He doesn't like Honda. Alright, this one should be pretty straightforward because you're just looking for a number there. It doesn't really mean anything, it's just a number. Plenty of keywords. What is that number?
12.
No wonder he gets all the ladies. No, he got it. No, he got it. What'd you get? No, it's not.
12.
No, it was 12. Alright, so let's see. All I want to know is the number. So let's let n be a number. So is subtracted. So 12 is subtracted from. So I have to have something like it's something minus 12. It's not 12 minus. You're taking 12 away from something. That something is 3 times the number. And then again, we see that word is. What does is mean? So plus 12, plus 12. 3 times 2 36, divided by 3. Like everybody except Emma got it. But since there was no unit here, it was just a number, you could leave it like that. There's no special context that needs to be provided. Questions? You guys do that one? Got it already?
I got it already.
Oh, she's- that's 6. Fine, that's a surprise for you. All right, let's see. How many are in each box? Well, yeah, in this case, I guess you'd have to read before to see what they're talking about with how many. But they're talking about muffins, so let's let them be number of muffins. Rosaline, what's your favorite type of muffin? Chocolate chip? Somebody last period said that they don't like chocolate. What? She likes earbuds more than chocolate. If she was on a boat and chocolate and her earbuds were both drowning at the same time, she would save the earbuds. So she made 20 muffins and then she put them into 3 boxes and had 2 left over. So how many are in each box? So if there's
Oh, it's
3 boxes and each box, oh yeah, I should have added this. Emma's number of muffins in each box. That's what the question is asking. How many are in each box? There's that each word. What did each mean earlier today? Yeah, I know multiplication. So 3 boxes times the number of muffins in each box, plus there was 2 muffins left over, and that gives us a total of 20 muffins. Minus 2, 3 times is equal to 18. Divide by 3. And it's 6. All right, here you go, Rosalind. Little cheater, Rosalind. Let's skip to the end then. Let's do the last one. Haha, you haven't done that one yet. Laura is making a patio in her backyard using paving stones. She buys 44 paving stones and a flower pot. Ooh. Worth $7 for a total of $73. How much did each paving stone cost? I need a calculator for this one. Yes. Hmm? Um, that's possible. I don't know. I would need a calculator for that too. I can't do it in my head. But it's something. You got the same thing? Get confused. Are you friends with Emma though? Okay, so that'll be fine. Let's see. So let's let P be the cost of each paving stone. That's a key one there. So how many paving stones did we buy? So it would be 44 times the cost of each, plus a flower pot, but we don't really care that it was a flower pot because they tell us how much it costs. How much was the flower pot? $7. And that is a total of 73. So minus 7, 44 times the paving stone is 6. So I think Rosalind, you were wrong. Yeah, but now you said $1.56. What'd you say? Yeah, it should be $1.50.
Yeah,
She did or she didn't say? She did say $1.50. Trust her. So P is 1.5, which yes, as money goes, is not $1.05. It's $1.50 for each paving stone. It's pretty cheap. Paving stones are expensive. And now let's pick another random one so that Rosaline doesn't get out in front. Let's find this one with Miss Violet. She wants to buy granola bars. How about granola bars, Rosalind? Do you like granola bars? No. How many more boxes of granola bars does she need to purchase for her students? Hope says 7. Would anyone like to fight Hope to the death and see if she's right or wrong? No. You don't want those problems. Right, Elsie? How many more boxes of granola? So let's do G for granola. So that's that GB boxes of granola. She already has 16 bars in her desk, and she needs a total. Keyword there of 100. We need 100 bars, and they're sold in packs of 12. So if 12 come in a box, that means 12 times granola plus those 16 old bars that she had in the desk. That will give you 100. So minus 16 minus 16. 12 times granola is equal to 84. So of course one was wrong because it ends up being 7. 7 boxes of granola. This is random. This is like the little wheel of. We just randomly pick one. Ryan made a $3,000 down payment on a car, and at the end we want to know how much he has to pay per month. Rosalind, do you like cars? Nah. You know this one already? Just wait. Give everybody else a chance. Donna, you got it? Go, Nico, go. Go, Nico, go. You know what they say, if it's not right, it's wrong. What'd you get, Rosalind? You got 125 also? Is that because Emma gave you the answer in your earbud? All right, let's see. Well, the total cost of the car was 75. Oh, let's define the variable. Let's let M, I guess, be the monthly cost. Tell me, like, I'm a good speller, but just when it comes to being on the board, I can't spell on the board. Monthly cost. So the total cost was 7,500. What's a down payment? It's the initial payment. It's what you're putting up front. Which Jason, eventually you're going to subtract it, but you actually start off adding that. Because you need to pay for the car. So it's 3,000 plus however much you pay per month times the number of months, and inside the number of months is 36. So 3,000 plus 36 minus 3,000 minus 3,000. 36 is equal to 4,500 divided by 36. What's the monthly cost? So you guys got it wrong, and it's 125. $125. Okay, find this one. Let's go to the music store. Buy music. They don't even make music stores anymore, do they? What's a music store? I've never seen one of those before. I get all my music on iTunes. What's a CD? Do you know what CD stands for?
No.
You've never seen a CD before? It's like these compact discs that the cavemen used to use to play music. Hope you're not waiting. Rosalind was gonna say it. What'd you get, Rosalind? 11 what? 11 persons? Or what do we measure price in? What do we measure price in? What unit? ¿Qué unidad se usa para medir dinero? Contar dinero. Were you checking him out, Hope?
Like, you know, like people in the older movies, like they could really tell they walk like that.
I noticed him breakneck as he walked by.
That's disgusting.
So let's let B be the So let's let P be the price of one CD. Drew bought 5 of them, so 5P. And then the tax was $6, so plus $6, and the total was 61. Minus 6 minus 6. So again, Hope was wrong. Just Hope is just shy. That's why. That's her defense mechanism.
No, I was kidding.
And how did that make you feel? Rhyme with schmellis? No. Putting all this business out there.
Sorry.
It's okay, because Isaac's not sleeping, so if Isaac was sleeping, then... All right, find this one. Let's go to the hobby shop with Joe. It's Isaac's one. What was the cost of the paints? Even though I'm pretty sure the plural of paint is paint, but let's just go with it. You got it, didn't you? Teacher's pet. What'd you get, Rosalind? $2.41? I think that's gonna be wrong. Oh. You okay? You took the battery out of your phone? Pops like it or something? All right, so let's let P be the cost of the paint. Well, let's see. If we read before, it says that he bought 2 cars for $8.95 each and the paint. So in this case, P is the total cost. It's not like the cost of each bucket. There's no each when it comes to paint. So the only thing that he bought multiple of is sports cars, but they tell you the sports cars were $8.95 each. So it's not 2 times P, it's 2 times $8.95 plus this extra paint, and that's what gives you $23.65. Oh, that's a little different, yeah. So 2 times $8.95 is $17.90, I believe. Did I do that wrong? I think that's right. Because the calculator is broken. Minus 1790 minus 1790. So the cost of the paint is it $5.75? $5.75 for paint. Yeah. It doesn't say, or maybe it's got like shimmer in it. All right, Carlos, let's go to Carlos. He's building a screen door on a submarine. The height of the door is 1. Ooh, fun. All right, let's focus on. Or you want to give this one a shot? This one looks fun. Carlos and Joe? No. They're not related. Elsie knows them though, because she's very popular. Very, very popular. What does the variable represent here? What does the variable represent here? What does the variable represent? Variable, variable. What are they looking for? Good. So W is going to be the width of the door. And they tell you that the height of the door is, okay, which, at this point, that we don't know the height, but if you keep on reading to the end, they eventually tell you that it's 7 feet. So something equals 7. And that height is 1 foot more than twice the width. So 2W plus 1. And now it just magically becomes minus 1. Your W. Elsie, you're in bad drooling position there. You don't have like anything to where the split would accumulate. If you fall asleep like that. You see, Isaac's more of a pro. It'll soak into the sweater.
What the? In a weird way.
Master, can you pick Kendra for the next round?
Kendra? Who's Kendra? Oh, you mean on the word problem? You like Kendra? Okay. Kendra is buying bottled water for a class trip. You're gonna kill it on the test tomorrow, or quiz. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get up.
You're gonna pour one out for the home. Let C be the number of cases. And Kendra wants to catch a case. So she wants a total of 160 bottles of water. Didn't we do the granola problem earlier?
Yeah.
It is like the granola one. Because instead of 16 granola bars, she has 16 water bottles left over.
Is it 16C?
No, there's 16 just random bottles left. What gets multiplied by the number of cases? Yeah, because there's 24 in a case. So minus 16 cancels. 24C. 144. Hey, coach. You see who the new recording secretary of the Pirate Club is going to be? That's your friend Elsie. Tired. And she's not afraid to show it.
No, let's go this out.
Divide by 24.
Okay.
And yeah, there were 6 cases.
I did. Oh, I did.
So you want Scott and a scooter?
Oh,
Scott wants to buy a scooter that costs about $129. So 129 is, so something equals 120. Oh, let me define first. Define the variable. So let's just do X equals money saved last month. And that money saved last month, or the 129 is 3 times the money saved last month and is 24 more than. So plus 24. Hold on, I might actually be able to finish all of it. Minus 24, minus 24.
35.
3x is 105, so we have to divide by 3. X is 35. Wait, we only have one left.
No, I did it.
This is, oh look, and this is just numbers. N is a number. Well, no, because the other ones, the numbers meant something. There was like a unit. Here there's no unit, just a number. So what number can you multiply by 3, subtract 5, and then get 40?
So then you add 5, you get 40.
You would add 5.
And then you divide 40 by 33. And then you get 15. And you're done.
Allison, you got that?